The fifth issue is guaranteeing a protective, environment-friendly physical environment. That's outside. And so, in environment-friendly schools, through environmental education, young people are taught and are guaranteed with a protective, environment-friendly physical environment, which begins in school buildings and on school grounds. So whatever they want to experiment, whatever they want to try out, they do it first within the school. If it works, if it's successful, or whatever learning results from that, then it is transmitted outside to the society, the community, and the wider world. Natural disasters and climatic events such as earthquakes, storms, drought, or floods require schools to consider a range of safety and disaster preparedness measures. Now, all these things are critical because normally when these disasters hit, schools tend to be taken over as centers for relief. But the school needs to survive. If there's an earthquake and the school survives because the school had taken measures, if there are storms and floods and the school survives because the school had taken measures, then those institutes can be used as relief centers. So it teaches young people the sense of urgency, the sense of preparedness, the sense of cooperation and sharing, and considering the other individual who may not have survived, whose house may not have survived, whose home may be damaged through earthquake or floods or whatever, but you can't be selfish. And that is what young people need to be taught. And no better platform than environmental education that kind of brings humanity together, gels them together, helps them work together, cooperate, and do things for one another. That is truly the essence of environmental education. We are all citizens of planet Earth. There is no other planet that sustains life. This is the only planet we call home, and it is ours. It belongs to every human being that is on planet Earth or will be at some time. School environments can also promote child friendliness by visually incorporating environmental education messages. Schools have bulletin boards. No better place than to dedicate a bulletin board in a school every month to an environmental education theme that students work on, students develop with the help of teachers. It should not be the teachers putting up the bulletin boards. The students should pick a theme from environmental education, design the bulletin board, and the school will need to provide the materials that the students would need to put their bulletin board together. And that's a good visual way of learning. It's colorful, it's interesting, it's exciting. And today, bulletin boards have moved beyond the two-dimensional posters. You can actually make three-dimensional bulletin boards today. You have to be creative. Search the internet. There are lots and lots of options given there. There are lots and lots of samples given there to get you started on how to begin working on three-dimensional bulletin boards for schools. For example, children took the lead in the 2004 post-tsunami reconstruction and repair of the schools in the Trincomalee district of northeast Sri Lanka. We all still remember that tsunami that hit miles and miles away from where it actually originated. So when school children can work to reconstruct the school, to reconstruct their classrooms, their space, what better way to learn that, yes, things happen, natural disasters happen, but that's not the end of the world. We are surviving. We survived. A lot of people did not. What are we going to do? We are going to rebuild our lives and our physical spaces. Some of their murals included messages on how to protect the environment, but most importantly, the project ensured that protection and safety were primary goals. So when they were rebuilding, they did not rebuild on the same old pattern. Safety was incorporated. If this were to happen again, how are we going to make sure that the school building survives? Now, when children think like that, Young people think like that. Teachers help them, work with them, and you can construct a safe school that will withstand another tsunami attack. That is what young people are actually capable of doing. We have to make sure they do it. With the direct participation of 800 children, this initiative showcased the key principles of environment-friendly schools: child-centeredness, protection, inclusiveness, and child participation. Imagine a school of 800 children. It must be a huge school, and to reconstruct it in an environment-friendly manner, trying to incorporate the 4 principles of environmental education. Child-centeredness. Who was involved? The children were involved. Protection. Will this happen again? It could. Will the school stand? Inclusiveness. All children were included. Nobody was left out. And child participation. The children participated. They worked to rebuild their school. What a wonderful learning experience that should have been.